Adam Lavelle, the wrestling snob from WrestlingDoneRight.com, the Noah Network, if you will. We're here to talk about the evening show from yesterday, November 30th, 2024, Noah's Sunny Voyage. Let's jump right into it. I don't like to BS around. The first match of the night saw Muhammad Yone take on Yu Owada. Owada fights like crazy. Here he is up against another senior who is very likely to put him down and beat him down and drag him around, which is what Muhammad Yone does. He's tough as an army boot, and he just took it to Yu Owada, but Yu Owada fought back. This was a terrific junior versus senior matchup, if you will, teacher versus student. Noah is great at these. They're good at showing you what's coming down the road for pro wrestling. Noah and Yu Owada, of course, goes down here to the Muscle Buster, which is not what Muhammad Yone calls it. I forget the name he calls it. But he goes down here to that move after, I don't know, just short of a 10-minute matchup of guys really pounding on each other. And this is what I want wrestling to be all of the time. Do I mean I want every match to be the same? God, no. But do I mean I want wrestling to look like a fight? Hell yes. And these two gave it to me served up on a green platter, if you will. And I absolutely adored this match. It was great. Muhammad Yone, like I said, wins it just shy of the 10-minute mark. But Owada looked like $1 million. He's a future star, and I can't wait till he gets there. That's for sure. The second match was a tag team match that saw Manabu Soya and Go Shiozaki, hell of a team there, taking on Masa Kitamiya and Oka Sasaki. Folks, again, this is why I watch Noah. Sasaki starts incredibly fast against Shiozaki, but Shiozaki responds just like that, because no one's going to get over on Shiozaki, and these two fight it out. Man, I can't wait. I'm waiting for the series of single matches between these two. This is some type of rivalry, folks. This is something that could carry Noah for the rest of the year in 2025. I believe that with all of my heart. Oka Sasaki versus Go Shiozaki is money, man. Kitamiya and Soya, just the Power Brothers, right? They're just exchanging power moves back and forth, bull of the woods, if you will, just because I'm not in talking about meat, slapping meat. I've always hated that, but these were two big bull of the woods that just tore into each other with all that they had, and I sat there on the edge of my seat with a smile on my face thinking, this is wrestling done right. Even though it went to a draw, I don't care. I don't care. These guys, these two teams could fight every day for the next year, and they all could be a draw, and I would enjoy every second of it, and you will too if you like wrestling done right. This was beautiful. This was terrific. The third match of the night saw Daga and Jack Morris with their manager and leader Yoshitatsu of Team 2000X taking on Shuhei Taniguchi and Aeta. Of course, 2000X jumpstart the match and take it outside immediately so they can get Yoshitatsu's help, so they can do their underhanded cheating. And I'm going to stick by what I've been saying about 2000X. They are a heel faction, a heel team that takes me back to Georgia Championship Wrestling, takes me back to Jim Crockett Promotions, because these guys know how to be a heel team. I don't mean cool and cocky and bad, which they somewhat are, but they are underhanded cheaters that know how to take advantage of the ref when he's not looking. Sure, sometimes they just jump in there and get a disqualification for beating someone down with one of their little nightsticks, but they also know how to cheat. You can love Yoshitatsu, you can hate him. He's been a great manager for this group. I don't know if he's going to eventually wrestle or not. Probably, at least on some level, but he's a hell of a manager. You can tell he has studied managers, and he does everything with perfection. Bobby Heenan would be proud of this heel tag team. This was terrific. Of course, all the interference from Yoshitatsu behind the ref's back, not blatantly in front of him, not burying the ref. Boy, could New Japan, AEW, even WWE take some lessons off of this. This is how a heel faction is supposed to operate. Due to the distractions and interferences while distracting the ref so he doesn't look like a moron, at least not a total moron, leads to 2000X winning it with Daga pinning Aeta, which furthers the intensity of their upcoming singles match in the New Year show. This was great. This was terrific. 2000X is the best heel faction in the business. Now, you're going to bring up the new Bloodline or whatever. I don't really watch that shit. It's hokey. It's stupid. It's goofy. It's where Nia Jax wrestles. I don't watch that stuff. I'm telling you, a heel team should operate the way 2000X operates. I'm telling you, they do it with perfection. The fourth match, Here we go. 8-man tag team match. Now, let's take a look at the participants first before I complain. Hayata Yohei Tadasuke and Yuto Kikuchi, the Rattels. Perfect. I love those guys. Versus Atsushi Katogi, Asuka, Junta Miyawaki, and Daiki Odashima. Now, I love watching the Rattels work. Again, I'm still not sold on Kikuchi. He's a good wrestler. I'm not into him. I shouldn't say not sold. I'm sold. He's a good wrestler. I can't really get into his stuff, and not because he's bad. I don't know why. I'll figure it out eventually. But I love watching the Rattels work together. And of course, they're going to win this because who's the most pinnable guy in this match? One of the most exciting guys in this match, Daiki Odashima. And he wrestled like it. Man, you do not ever want to miss a Daiki Odashima match unless it's against Black Mensure, maybe. Other than that, which I won't watch his matches. Other than that, you want to see Odashima anytime he's in the ring, and this crowd was so into him that they groaned. They physically groaned whenever he was pinned to lose the match by the Rattels. I can't remember who pinned him. I do. It's Yohei with his dropkick, his big standing in the face dropkick, which is an incredible dropkick. But the fans, they like the Rattels. I'm not putting the Rattels down in any way, but Odashima is so over. The crowd loves this kid so much. They were not happy when he went down here. And an excellent matchup, but let me be fair, 4 versus 4 isn't my bag, even though the Rattels are part of it. Even if the Mighty Rebellion is a part of it, I'm not into 8 men in the ring at the same time. Generally. There are literally times where the camera has a hard time getting a good view of the action because there's so many guys on the ring apron. That's ridiculous. Not my thing, but for what it was fine. Now, talking about All Rebellion, a very cool group. Keno, Kaito Kiyomiya, Alejandro, Kai Fujimura, and now Harutoki. Wow, this group just keeps getting better. Versus Anthony Green, Dragon Bane, Alpha Wolf, LJ Cleary, and Black Mensure. So guess what I had to do? I keep to my word, folks. I fast-forwarded most of this. I had it on the screen and could generally see what was happening, but I used a 10-second button, stop, 10-second stop, the whole way through it. All right. So I didn't see every single ounce of what was going on, but I saw most of it and got the gist of it. 5-on-5, I just complained about 4-on-4. 5 and 10 people on the ring apron. 8 at a time while 2 are in there. It's too much. It is too much. I fast forwarded to the end of this, which saw Black Mensure got taken out. He got the PFS done to him by Keno, followed by a Shining Wizard from Kiyomiya to give the win. The best part of this match, in my personal opinion, was when Taishi Ozawa came out on his crutches. He's here to taunt Kiyomiya. He wants a title shot on the January 1st card. He's wild. He is crazy. Boy, he is playing into this Team 2000. Just like I said, the best heel stable in wrestling. I know Zawa's playing into this with grit and gusto and terrificness. I mean, he comes across like a psycho, but a controlled psycho. A psycho who can wrestle. What am I talking about? He threw down the crutch and attacked Kaito Kiyomiya. Beat him down unmercifully. And held him and said, you are going to face me. You are going to give me a title shot on January 1st. I will torment you day and night until you do. And it was great stuff. It was terrific stuff. Then after he beat down Kiyomiya, he picked the crutch up and started limping off with it again. Awesome, awesome heel work. I just love this, and I can't wait for that match. And this was the best part of that 5-on-5 nonsense, for sure. Then it's the main event, the GHC Tag Team Championship on the line. Naomichi Marufuji and Takashi Sugiura. Love those guys. Seniors, gritty, tough as hell. Took in El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galeno Del Mal, his brother. And I thought we'd have a title change. And not only did we not have a title change, we had a pretty boring match. I love all 4 of these guys. I do. Sugiura, one of my absolute favorites, and has been since about 2017. This guy is a killing machine, and he plays that gimmick up. He is great. What I didn't, it was pretty slow. The crowd actually laughed. Now, not at the wrestlers. This was not a comedy match, but they played up some laughs. Both teams did several times. Certain holds and certain threats and the way they got in each other's faces here or there just made the crowd chuckle along with them, right? The brothers, the Wagner brothers, didn't feel aggressive at all. It felt like they were holding back or something. This was I don't mind slow-paced matches. If you know me, I like Catch as Catch Can. I like Zack Sabre Jr., even though I'm not into New Japan. I like slow catch wrestling matches. This wasn't that, though. It wasn't a high-fly match. It wasn't a catch match. It was a boring match. I'm telling you, there was little energy in it. And it ended in the way I'm describing it, with Marufuji rolling Galeno Del Mal up pretty much out of nowhere and just pinning him with a roll-up. Really? Now, I'm not saying that there was no bad wrestling in this match. It was just boring. It was uninspired. It was a title match that didn't feel like anybody wanted to win. It was just disappointing. I was disappointed overall in this match. Again, not because it was bad, just because it was 100% meh. Nothing special at all. As such, I'd give this show about a 7, a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, which still isn't bad. You know, I enjoyed a lot of the matches. I really did. Going back over my notes again. Yone versus Iwata, really liked it. Soya and Shiozaki versus Kiyomiya and Sasaki, really liked it. Daga and Jack Morris versus Taniguchi and Eita, pretty much liked it because Team 2000X are terrific heels. The 4-on-4 match and the 5-on-5 match took a big chunk out of me. Not because it was bad wrestling. It's bad. Nobody, look, the greatest wrestlers in the world cannot give a lot of psychology to a 4-on-4 and a 5-on-5 match. It can't be done. It can't be done. Noah probably does it better than anybody, but not good enough for me. The ending to the 5-on-5 match, loved it. The main event pulled the air out of me completely, but I'll still give it a 7 out of 10 because it wasn't a bad show. It was an average show, which is what a 70% is to me, average. Not disappointed, very pleased to have watched it. Noah is still great. It's just sometimes their shows, because they're so great, should step it up a little more, and this didn't do that. But that's my thought on it. 7 out of 10. I'm Adam Lavelle, the Wrestling Snob, WrestlingDoneRight.com. Please subscribe to this YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it more than I can state. And I'll be back with another video because there's another Noah show that has already been on at this recording that I have to watch and talk about yet. And that's not a complaint, just a little bit of like, whew, man, Noah either turns it up and has show after show after show after show, or they have these long, several day, week-long stretches where there are no shows, or one show in a week. And then all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 shows in a week, 2 shows in 1 day, 3 shows in 2 days. Holy hell! I love Noah, but man, I have a hard time keeping up. But because of that, will absolutely be back before you know it.